Hello, welcome to another episode of our live stream, My Journey to the Trinity. Happy Thanksgiving for those of you who are already in Thanksgiving hemispheres or latitudes or Thanksgiving time zones, Thanksgiving time zones. Yes, and so hope you're having a good day. And you're going to be enjoying Thanksgiving. I hope you're going to have a good Thanksgiving. Um, so anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, so I thought, because it's Thanksgiving, I thought we would just talk a little bit about turkey. And so first of all, let's just learn a little bit about turkey, about its history, about because it is a very significant country in the Muslim world. In fact, it is like the main country in terms of relations between the West and the East. Because if you ever been to Turkey, it's a very much predominantly Muslim country, but there's small areas where there's Christians and there's like Kurds, there's Armenians and Assyrians, and so they have a large, this area. Turkey is officially the Republic of Turkey, is a country located in Anatolia in West Asia, with a smaller part called East Thrace in Southeast Europe. It borders the Black Sea to the north, Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, and Iran to the east, Iraq, Syria, and Mediterranean Sea to the south. Okay, and so they have 85 million people, most of whom are ethnic Turks, while ethnic Kurds are the largest minority. Officially a secular state, yeah, right. Turkey has a Muslim majority population. Ankara is the capital and second largest city after Istanbul, while major cities include Izmir, Bursa, Antalya. And Izmir, you guys, is located on the west coast of Antalya. It's a really beautiful city. And but Izmir is also in the Bible. Izmir is a very important part of yes, they do. Blackwater, they are very bad to their minorities, and including the Kurds, and including especially the Armenians. They're the ones who carried out the Armenian genocide, even though they have never admitted it, or they got a lot of excuses for why they did it. So yes, but right now they have this guy Erdogan. He's the the current president of Turkey, and he is an Islamist, and he wants Turkey to be a Muslim country, even though it was a secular country from like the 1920s. Because Turkey, you guys, what's important about Turkey is let's just look here at the map. Let's look at the map of Turkey. What's important about Turkey is that it was like the headquarters of the there you go. There's the planet, and there's Turkey. Turkey is kind of like called Eurasia because part of it's European, part of it's Asian. So it's kind of like in between the two continents. And in fact, if you go to the capital, Istanbul, and I've been there many times, if you ever get a chance to go there, make sure that you take some extra money to buy a leather jacket. That's what Istanbul is famous for, is leather jackets. And so people who go there, they buy leather jackets. So yeah, and but its significance primarily is because it was like the seat of the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire, in Arabic, Ottoman. I mean, when we say Ottoman, we think of it, like the chair. There's a chair called an ottoman. I think that's where you put your feet up onto the ottoman. But actually, in Arabic, Ottoman is Othman. And Othman, as you recall, is the name of the third caliph, the one who wrote the Quran. The caliph, the third caliph, the one who wrote the Quran, is Othman. Ottoman actually comes from the name Othman. Hey, Yusuf, God bless you, man. The Lord bless you guys. Wow. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and put an invite for you guys. Got Blackwater and Yusuf al-Mughallaq. All the ex-Muslims are here. So let's bring you on here. There's the link, Blackwater and Yusuf. And yeah, I actually... yeah, Yusuf, I was kind of interested also. There's somebody from Saudi Arabia who's been contacting me, and he's an ex-Muslim who's a Christian now. And, I wanted him to come on and share his testimony, but he says that it's dangerous for him to do that. But I would like for him to talk to you because I think that might be good. He's from Saudi Arabia. So, it might be encouraging for him to see another Saudi Arabian ex-Muslim. So, yeah. So anyway, there's Turkey. God bless you, Rands. There's Turkey, kind of like in the middle of the world there. It's right north of the Holy Land, right north of Syria, right north of Lebanon and Israel right there. And it's a very it's kind of like a middle level country. It's not an A level country, like the United States or most European countries, but it's a little bit higher in terms of standards of living than a lot of the Muslim countries. So yeah, and it's right north also of Syria, right north of, and in fact, it goes right into Iraq. It goes right into Iran. It's bordered right next to Iran. And a lot of Iranians, when they leave Iran, they would, escape Iran. They would leave through Turkey. And there's a city on the border of Turkey and Iraq. The name of the city is Diyarbakir. And I've been there because we went to Iraq through Diyarbakir once. We went in the airplane. We went to, I believe, Istanbul, and then we took like a train or something all the way to Diyarbakir, which is the border, to go into Iraq. And this was like right at the beginning, like 2002, at the beginning of the U.S.-Iraq war. So yeah. So anyway, but Turkey is becoming a little bit more radicalized now. But there's a lot of if you go to Istanbul, for instance, Istanbul is like, it's not like right on the west of Turkey, and yet it is a city. Istanbul is a divided city, and half of it is Europe, and the other half is Asia. So it's probably the most Eurasian city in the world, because half of it is Europe and half of it is Asia. And you can tell when you've crossed from the European to the Asian side. It completely changes and it becomes a much more Asian appearing city when you go into the Asian side. So there's a big difference. But I really love Turkey. I've been there many times, and but there is a lot of issues about Turkey. In prophecy, originally some of the sons of Noah, they ended up landing in Turkey, in in areas of Turkey. Now, not his sons, but his descendants. And they ended up like Meshech, Tubal, um, Togarma. These are the grandsons of Noah and great grandsons. Um, and they ended up in Turkey, and a lot of these places you can find in Turkey, Meshech, Tubal, uh, and those. It's possible that they continued moving out of Turkey, and they went on to become Russia, Moscow, Tobolsky, different places. So, but Turkey is a very important country right now. It is, you know, because it was the seat of the Ottoman Empire. So the last uh, caliphate, I mean, serious caliphate. I know ISIS was a caliphate too, but ISIS wasn't really a recognized caliphate. They were kind of, an illegal entity that, you know, uh, but the Ottoman Empire was a legal, um, powerful entity that reigned for hundreds of years, and the headquarters was Istanbul. And Istanbul, gets some of its some of its value in the fact that it was prime before it was Istanbul, it was Constantinople. Constantinople, as you know, is named after Constantine, the first Roman emperor who became a Christian. And so Constantinople was like the center of the Roman Empire in the East. Okay, because there was two Roman empires. There was the Eastern Roman Empire and the Western Roman Empire. The Western Roman Empire was ruled out of Rome, whereas the eastern part of the Roman Empire, which lasted a lot longer than the Western, because the Western Roman Empire did not last that much, like 300 years or so after Christ. But the Eastern Roman Empire lasted for about 1,000 years. It was called the Byzantine Empire, and the headquarters was in Constantinople. Constantinople, okay, again, is named after Constantine, who was the first Roman emperor to become a Christian. So he was the one. He was a pagan like the Romans, and then one day he saw a vision of a cross in the sky, and he saw the words "conquer by this symbol," and so he went and he began to conquer by the cross, and he became a Christian. His mother Helena is the one who went to the Holy Land and supposedly identified all the holy sites where Jesus was judged, where he was crucified, and she was very instrumental in the Holy Land. A lot. I think they call her Saint Helena, and like the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, the Church of the Nativity in Bethlehem, and very much, she was a very committed Christian or traditional. I'm not sure, but so very influential in expanding Christianity and turning the Roman Empire into a Christian empire. And it wasn't actually Constantine who did that. It was the next emperor, Constantine himself did become a Christian, but it was the emperor after him that really made Rome a Christian empire. And so, I mean, it's in a fantastic story about um, how the Lord, he was crucified by the Romans, and yet uh, within a few hundred years, the whole Roman Empire identified as Christian. It was an amazing transformation. So, but the eastern part of the Roman Empire, it became the Byzantine Empire, and the Byzantine Empire was lasted a lot longer than the lasted a lot longer than the western part of the Roman Empire, and so it lasted 1,000 years. Okay, um, and the capital. Oh, I guess that the capital was called Byzantium, um, and Byzantium was eventually is what eventually became. Let me just read this to you. The purpose. Okay, between 330 A.D. and 1453, Constantinople, modern Istanbul, was the capital of the Roman Empire, otherwise known as the later Roman Empire, the Eastern Roman Empire, the medieval Roman Empire, or the Byzantine Empire. For most of this time, it was the largest and richest city in Christendom. The territories of which it was the central capital enjoyed better protections of life, liberty, and property, higher standard of living than any other Christian territory, and usually compared favorably with neighboring rival Islamic empires. It was a unique fusion of later Roman state and Christian church. After an early period in which it was seen as the Roman Empire with a new faith and new capital, and in the Latin regained the language of law and administration, it gradually transformed to a Greek Orthodox Union state. That's Byzantium, absolutely distinct from medieval Christendom in the West and from the realms of Islam. Its durability throughout its 1,000 years of existence is attested by its survival of climactic disaster, plague, and demographic collapse, and one apparently final destruction. Okay, so there you go. So this is a big. Turkey was kind of like in the middle. Hey, brother.
Hey, I don't know if you wanted me to join. I didn't know what was going on.
Hey, how you doing? How's everything going?
It's going great. I'm working, and then I saw Yusuf said that. I was like, "Are they?" I don't know if they're talking about me, but I was like, "I'll just join." I mean, I'm on the road right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Just getting ready for Thanksgiving. So I thought I would do something about turkey. So,
Yeah, it's very interesting.
yes.
But did
So,
you want me to join? Should I hop off? I mean, because I'm probably gonna when I go back to the store, I'm gonna hop off. But
okay. All right. Well,
I'll,
you know,
I'll just hang out.
okay. Yeah. So if you have any comment on our interesting observations, you can, or any, you know what? We're talking about turkey, okay, because it's Thanksgiving. But if you want to, I just want to give you the latitude if you want to talk about pumpkin pie, if you want to talk about yams, if you want to talk
Oh,
about,
I love yams. Oh my god,
yeah, any of those
definitely.
topics, feel free. So, but we're right now going to talk about a little bit about turkey. And
I'll,
I like what Raisin Bread said, make turkey Christian again. Amen. Well, you know what?
I'll,
Turkey, for all, and they do have a very Islamist regime, and yet it really Yusuf Al Mughallaq, why don't you come on, Yusuf?
Turkey. I want to say this, and this is all I'm going to say about Thanksgiving. If you have a decently stable, cohesive family, appreciate it. because it's no boohoo. It's a turkey, right? I mean, I like the sides and everything. I love the gravy, but pumpkin pie, all that, yams. But my family's not really coming together because we can't seem to. This person doesn't talk with that person, and my extended family used to be more like that. Now my immediate family's like that, and it's like, it really is heartbreaking, man. You know what I mean? Because it shouldn't be like that,
Yeah.
And I just want to say, like, it's no pity party, guys. Like, if people put their pride aside, that wouldn't be happening. But if you have a somewhat normal family, enjoy yourself, enjoy your family, have a glass of wine, and you know.
Yeah. Well, lay off the liquor, lay off the alcohol. But yeah,
Well, it's
do have a great
nativity.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's nativity season. Don't drink.
yeah. How you doing, Yusuf?
Hey, God bless you.
Yeah, it's good to see you, man. Long time no
See
see. Yeah.
Blackwater, congratulations on your baptism. I know it's been a minute.
Man, God bless you. Thank you, brother. Yeah, that's
I'm happy
very
for
nice
you.
to hear. Thank you, man. Have you ever been, or are you just still working on that?
What is it?
Have you been baptized?
Yeah, it's been like almost 2 years now.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, baptism brothers. Even
Yeah.
it's
Yes,
okay.
sir.
And
That's awesome.
Steve's baptized.
Yeah. I was baptized 3 times, you guys, but
Yeah, I
don't.
was gonna say.
God bless you. Yeah, but I
You
don't
only
want to
need to be
derail.
baptized once, but I was baptized 3 times. Yeah, but
Yeah, no, that's right. We got to catch up, but
One
just
in the
have a
sea,
good
right?
Thanksgiving, and I'll be listening in the background.
all right. God bless you, Blackwater. Thank you, man. Yeah. So anyway, Yusuf, like I told you, there's this ex-Muslim from Saudi who's been contacting me, and he, I asked him to come on and share his testimony without showing his face or anything, but he was concerned about doing that. But I thought it would be great if I could have you and him both come on, and
Oh
maybe.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Do
Yeah.
you know what city he's from?
I think it may be Jeddah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's just out of the blue. He contacted me, and so he just said, "I love Jesus," and and it's been like 12 years or something, and he says there's churches, but the churches are for like the Filipinos and stuff, but in Saudi, but not. He says the Arabs can't go to the churches and stuff. So
Yeah, it's I think it's more like a trap thing for locals there.
oh, okay.
So I mean, it's a good thing because it's a new thing too, for foreigners in Saudi to practice, because before I came to the U.S., they were not allowed to practice. They were not allowed to worship. They're not allowed to. I mean, actually, I know someone personally who got arrested for inviting. He lives with his wife, right? Like him and his wife in Saudi. They're Indians. They're Christian, and they knew another Christian couple. They invited them on a Sunday, and one of the neighbors, he was Saudi. He did not like them, and he called the police on them.
Oh, wow.
And they got in trouble because they were gathering more than 3 people
Oh, wow.
on a Sunday. So it was like more like a religious thing to the police, and they got in trouble.
Satan knows the danger of gathering. For some reason, like even in the U.S., one of the First Amendment, one of the top freedoms of the First Amendment is freedom to gather. So we're allowed to gather, but Satan knows that there's power in gathering, and so he wants to intimidate. And Jesus says, "Don't forsake the gathering of yourselves together," because it's so important that there's power in numbers, and so. So yeah, well, if he does come around again,
it was it is a new thing for non like not local people, like foreigners, to worship in public, which is a good thing. Now at least they can do it.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Go ahead.
No, you're good. Finish, brother. I'm driving, so there's some background noise.
Yeah. So it was, it's. I think it's a trap to find those who left Islam, became Christians. There's this Egyptian church that was built,
Yes.
I think last year or something.
Coptic church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, same thing. It's only for foreigners, not
Foreigners. Well, one
Now,
day.
locals gather in the desert, which of course I've never witnessed myself,
Mhm.
but I've seen a lot of people here in the US saying, when they were stationed in the 60s in Saudi and in the 70s, they attended Bible studies in the desert in tents.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, they're going to be blessed, man, and it's going to be a day when they're going to come out from underground, and
Yes.
it's going to be, they're going to realize, just like China, the China kicked out all the missionaries like about 90 years ago or something. They kicked all the Christian missionaries out, and everybody was so scared what's going to happen to China, what's going to happen to China. And then all of a sudden, in less than 100 years, they looked to, and they found out that there was over 100 million Christians in China. And I mean, it's like one of the number one Christian countries in the world in terms of number of Christians there. And because they're persecuted, these are real Christians, And so I bet we're going to find the same thing in Saudi too.
All around the world.
Yeah. So praise the Lord.
I want to say that's all pretty crazy. Yeah, those people probably would have been killed if they were caught with the Bible. But the fellowship thing, like, I don't know, man. It's like, can it just be us if we feel like we got too close or kind of brought drama to people's lives in a group chat, let's say? For me, I've been thinking just like, yeah, you don't need to go to Bible study Thursdays, just study yourself, and like, you don't need anybody. Is this the devil? Like, maybe I've just not been overlooking it, because sometimes when I get stressed out, I just want to isolate, and like, then I ruminate, and I just think like people have this I don't know what it is, man. I'm a little nuts, but I just think I get too close too quick, and I'm like, you know what, man? Like, I need to fall back.
Yeah. Well, the Bible commands us, do not forsake the gathering of yourselves together. So we have
not only Sunday.
Yeah, and it's not just Sunday, but Sunday's a really good place to begin, and
yeah, because I'm at church every Sunday, right? Yeah. Sorry, cut you off.
And especially like your situation where you kind of lost a little bit of your family there. That your new family is the people of God, and that is your family. It's not just symbolic or a crutch or something. It is your family,
Wow, thanks, man.
So yeah, very important to not isolate yourself. Very important to not leave fellowship. So
thank you.
Jesus even tells you this.
I think I needed to hear
it's in the book of Matthew 19, I think. Whoever leaves a house, or a brother or a sister or a father or mother, will receive 100-fold.
Yeah.
I mean, that's I mean, even before you became Christian, I'm assuming you at least read the Gospels. So you knew this before you took the decision of becoming Christian.
Me?
Yeah, if you did. I
So
don't know if you did.
I was delivering a pizza. You know what? I wouldn't say shame on me, but I didn't read all the Gospels even before I became a Christian, or even now. I'm on like chapter 12 of Matthew, and I'm like, somebody suggested read over and over the same chapter until you really know it, then move on. Everybody has these different methods, but
Sure.
I just believed so much in Jesus, like just off reading a couple, I just knew he was real. I was like, yeah, I know he's I know he's what's up, you know, like I know he's the only way. So, but yeah, the Bible is like I love the way Steve always simplifies it, and I'm sure many other people like keep it to the basics, like church. Are you praying? Are you reading the Bible? I do really good praying. I've been getting better and better. I pray every day, but the Bible, I need to like my father of confession says like the same time, same place every day. So you get used to the same, you know. So the church and the prayer I got down, but I gotta get back on the Bible, man. It's like, you know, you can't take it for granted, right? Like we
That's
shouldn't.
right.
Yeah. How about
Yeah.
you guys?
I mean,
What do you guys do?
you
Do
keep
you read
reading.
it?
You know, it's not like you have to read certain verses and or certain chapters every day. Or I mean, you read whatever you can read.
Right.
Some people will read it. I mean, I know people who read the Bible for over 50 years, and every time they read it, they learn something new. So it's not that you're gonna learn it in one reading.
Right.
But I'm not
Yeah.
saying you don't read it. You know.
And
Right.
reading the
You'll
Bible
see the connections.
and reading the Bible is kind of like, you know, for your spirit, it's the equivalent of eating food. You know, if you don't eat food, your body gets sick, and if you don't read the Word of God, if you don't, then your spirit gets sick. And so that's why you need to do it, even if it. Sometimes you eat food and you don't. It doesn't necessarily make you feel anything, but you know your body needs it. Your body needs the
that's
nutrition.
nice.
Reading the Bible is like that. Your body needs it. I mean, your spirit needs it. You know, and so it's very important.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bible. So
And especially
now-
with your family, Blackwater.
Yeah.
Eventually, sooner or later, you'll have conversations with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some conversations will be heated. Some conversations will be chill. But it's always good to have verses in your head.
What if?
Or at least know where to go for these verses.
Right. Right.
You know, just to tell them it's not because you want to prove them wrong. It's for them to hear those verses and they go, "Oh, we never read these things. Let's read it." And then, hey, you never know. I mean, one of them or maybe all of them will join you.
in Jesus' name.
Yeah.
Amen.
You know, because okay, there's a lot going on this week, whatever. But I'm putting new boundaries, ironically, with family that I will work with again. And I'm like, no religious talks, because we have religious talks and they're fine. But then we start arguing and they bring it up. They insult my faith, and then I insult Muhammad and people get mad. But don't insult my faith first. And I know Jesus said, bless those that curse you, and that. So I got to do better with that. And I'm trying to change. But for me, you know, it hurts when maybe you have a family member, they're married to a Christian person, but then they're making fun of you for being Christian. I'm just like, it makes my mind spin, and I'm like, and they have Bible verses hanging up in their house, and I'm like, what is wrong with people? Like, is that not crazy? Am I crazy? Is it me? Am I nuts? Because that's crazy to me. You know what I mean?
They call it Christian.
They call me lost. This family member called me lost, but they're married to a Christian person. Like, does that not, like, isn't that
never,
not, I don't know.
I don't know. My family, my whole family was that way. You know, my uncles and my dad, they were all married to Christian women, and they all, and yet they were all Muslim, and none of the. There were some of the women who became Muslim, but the vast majority did not. You know, they continued being Catholic, and so, but they were Muslims, you know, but they're very nominal Muslims, you know, and
Yeah.
so, but some of them did become religious, and they forced their wives to become start wearing the hijab and stuff like that. So it's
Keyword force. Yeah. But yeah, we got sidetracked. You know, we wanted to talk about turkeys, and now we're, you know, you got turkey. But yeah, so it's okay.
All right, let me just because I'm not going to have that much time to be on here today. I wanted to show I wanted to show a couple of hadiths about Turkey because Turkey is in the Turks are in the hadith, and Muhammad did say some things about them. And
Hammerheads.
yeah, it says here, it says, one of the Prophet's companions said, let the Abyssinians alone as long as they let you alone, and leave the Turks alone as long as they leave you alone. Okay, so that was kind of a hadith there from Sunan Abi Dawud and Nasa'i. So then you have this is the one that is I believe it's Sahih. Yeah, it's a Sahih hadith, and I don't know if you want to call it racist. I think it's a good reason for all Turkish people to leave Islam, but they may not think so. But it says the hour will not begin until Muslim fight the Turks. Everything is a fight. You got to fight the Turks. You got to fight the Jews. The hour will not come until they fight the Jews. And the rocks say, the Jews are behind me. But here it's the Turks. And it says, a people with faces like hammered shields, who wear clothes made of hair and shoes made of hair. So their faces are flat. A Turk. And in the Arabic, it's a Turk. Qawman wujuhun Kalmijan. What does that say, Yusuf? Can you see that? Yeah. Oh, can you see that, Yusuf? I can't hear you, man. I think you're muted. So.
Yeah.
Oh, oops.
Muted. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
So it says لا تقوم الساعة حتى يقاتل المسلمون الترك قوما وجوههم كالمجان كالمجان المطرقة يلبسون الشعر ويمشون في الشعر. So I'm not sure about this Turk. I don't think these are the Turkish people.
Oh, really? You don't think these are the Turks?
If I'm not mistaken, those, from what I remember, I'll have to look up this hadith, but from what I remember, Turk here, I think it's talking about what is that place south of Russia?
Azerbaijan?
It's like Mongolia, I think.
Oriental. Yeah.
I think Mughal. They call them Mughal.
Oh, Mongolians.
Okay.
Okay.
I think, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'll have to look it up. But I think I studied this hadith before, or at least I read it before. But I thought it was talking about the Mongolians.
Okay.
But again, it's been so long since I'm talking about probably mid school.
Oh, okay.
Mid school. So it's it's been a minute.
Well, all of those Silk Road countries, like Turkmenistan, and that the Turks is more than just the Turkish people. There were other people too that like Turkmenistan, and so they may have some kind of Mongolian connection, and but just what a racist thing to say.
Yes.
Whose faces are like hammered shields.
Yes.
And and it makes me think of other racist things that Muhammad said, like about the Kurds. What did he say about the Kurds?
They're qawm min al-jinn. They're like a nation of jinn.
Jinn, demons.
This is what he called them.
Qawm min al-jinn.
Mm-hmm.
And then what did he say about black people?
Raising heads.
Raisin heads.
Yeah.
What do you say about the Jews? That they were, Allah
Jews,
turned
they're
them.
monkeys and pigs, I think, or
Yeah.
sons of monkeys and pigs.
Yeah,
And
Allah
then
turned.
he says his people, كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس.
Yes.
You were the best of nations.
Right.
What do racist people think? They're the only people that's worth living,
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff that he says about people, man, and says the Turks and Chinese were descended from the offspring of the Cantors. So they're saying there's a connection between the Turks and the Chinese. Here again, this another says the last hour will not come before Muslims fight with the Turks. Well, how could that be when the Turks are Muslims? And this is a Sahih Hadith. This is one of Muhammad's prophecies. And you know what? They're already Muslims. Are they going to just fight with the Muslims or?
Yeah, I don't remember how the Ottoman Empire started. Again, I'll have to look it up. It's been a long time since I studied about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's did they fight the Muslims and then the Muslims took over, or the Muslims fought them and they took over and became the Ottoman Empire? I don't know.
Yeah. I think there was a connection, like when Muhammad used to talk about the Persians and the Romans. They call them the Romans, but in actuality, it was part of the Roman Empire, but it wasn't Romans. It was the Byzantines, and they were like the Turks, the Byzantines.
Yeah, but I'm talking about even after Muhammad's time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Ottoman Empire did not fall until World War I, I think.
Yes,
Yeah, so I'm talking about like way after Muhammad's time.
Yeah.
Because after Muhammad, there was like the Umayyads, the Abbasites, Fatimites.
Fatimids, yeah.
Yeah, Fatimiyyin. So there are like many I call them teams, whatever, empires.
Here it says, beginning in 1299, the Ottomans united the principalities and expanded. Mehmed II conquered Istanbul in 1454 during the reign of Selim and Suleiman the Magnificent. The Ottoman Empire became a global power. From 1789 onward, the empire saw major transformation, reforms, and centralization. In the 19th and 20th century, persecution of Muslims during the Ottoman Empire and in the Russian Empire led to a large-scale loss of life and mass migration into modern-day Turkey from the Balkan, Caucasus, and Crimea under the control of the three pashas. And then the Ottoman government in 1914 committed genocides against its Armenian, Greek, and Assyrian subjects. That's when they committed the Armenian genocide, and so
they did a lot of damage. The Ottoman Empire.
Oh yeah, they were vicious, man, and they killed like 1.5 million Armenians. And that doesn't include also the Assyrians. Like I think they got like 500,000, and then the Greeks, and so here's another. It says Allah's apostle said, "The hour will not be established until you fight with the Turks, people with small eyes, red faces, and flat noses. Their faces look like shields coated with leather." So beautiful words from Muhammad there, and it's in there so many times. The small eyes, short noses, and in a tradition saying that people with small eyes, i.e., the Turks, will fight against you. The Prophet said, "You will drive them off 3 times. You will catch up with them in Arabia. On the first occasion you drive them off, those will be who fly will be safe. On the second occasion, some will be safe and some perish. On the third occasion, they will be extirpated." And he said words okay, whatever that means. So,
But
yeah.
we all know Muhammad's prophecies never came true. So
The only one that came through is the one about the aorta situation.
yeah, his death. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, well, I just thought I'd do a little live stream today about a Thanksgiving related subject, and so I want to do something about turkey. And
Just the wrong turkey.
oh, oh, really? Oh, okay.
You're
So,
planning anything for Thanksgiving?
just getting together with family. How about you?
Yeah, we got us a real turkey,
Woohoo!
not the turkey that you're talking about.
Not an Othmani
So
turkey.
yeah, so we're probably will start cooking here in a little bit for tomorrow.
Awesome.
Planning to stay up all day. The kids are out of school, so they're still awake.
All right.
They're
Cool.
not gonna go to bed probably until 6 or 7 in the morning. That's what happens when when they don't have school.
Wow. Yeah, someone's saying Noah's Ark is in Turkey. It is in Turkey, but it wasn't originally Turkey. It was originally Armenia, and it was on a hill called Ararat. But Turkey took over. They took that from Armenia. So yes, but Noah's Ark is believed to be there, and there are some people who say they've seen it. I don't know, and but I think they might find it. I think they might find it. Because it was made in such a way that it could be preserved. And God told Noah to put pitch on it, on the inside and outside. Pitch is like tar,
Mhm.
something that protects it from corruption.
Yeah.
So
Makes
who
it
knows?
waterproof and yeah.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we
Well,
will.
there's one in Kentucky too.
Oh, of course, yes. The Appalachian. No. So in Saudi, what do you guys think about Turkey in Saudi Arabia?
Turkey, like the country Turkey.
Yes. We could actually
Well,
handle both.
it's a to them it's a Muslim country that is not following Islam.
It's not following Islam.
Yeah, so you'll find people that go there whenever it's um whenever it's too hot in their countries. I mean, not only in Saudi, that's in like in all the Middle East. Whenever it's too hot, this is their
Vacation spot.
this is their vacation spot. Turkey
Okay.
is.
Oh, wow.
Of course, not after ISIS took over. People started kind of getting scared of going to Turkey. Unless they go in like specific places where Islam's not practiced at all. It's more like open or more like the European side of it.
Okay.
Anyways, it's cleaner anyways there.
Okay.
Like I'm serious. Like when you're in the European side,
Mhm.
once you go to the side, the Muslim side, the Asian side, then even the streets are different.
Yeah. I remember, right. I think there's a bridge, because I was there, in Istanbul, and we went by bus from the European side to the Asian side, and there's like a bridge that divides them. And I tell you what, it's like going from literally from France, or Paris to the Gaza Strip, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Well, I mean, you definitely know the difference. And
you notice the trash right away. You notice the people
Yeah.
are dressing different. You notice people are talking different.
Yeah.
It's completely different. I mean, it's
Well, what about the other Turkey?
the other turkey. We don't have the other turkey, and well, we do, but we only have them in farms. We consider we don't cook those. Those
Oh,
are
really?
only to look at.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Is
You
it
don't mess with the turkeys. It's like those are to look at, to hear them in the morning gobbling and stuff, and that's about it. You don't.
what about, are you allowed to eat them?
Yeah, you can. I
Yeah.
mean, of course, for them, it's you have to kill it in a way. Has to be halal. Any animal, I mean, other than pigs, you can eat if you're, well, I mean, animals that you can eat. I'm not talking about dogs and stuff like that, but the um, the animals that you kill, they have to be killed in a certain way so you can eat them.
Do you know what that way is?
Oh yeah, it's you have to face. I used to work for a
Butcher?
butcher when I was a Muslim, so especially during Adha, Eid al-Adha, we have a lot of people coming and sacrificing and stuff like that. So they have to take us through courses and stuff to be kind of certified to butcher and to kill animals for Muslims. So
Wow.
you have to face Mecca. You have to say Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. You have to hold the goat in a certain way so you make the killing faster or whatever. I mean, it's and then here's the thing. Then after you kill it, some people won't buy it from you because they will find something that, oh, you're supposed to do this, you didn't do it, so this is not halal now. I'm not gonna pay for it. It's like you're taking your clothes to one of those laundry places, and you ask for ironing, and you go and they give you your clothes back, and it's wrinkled a little bit, and you say, "Hey, I'm not going to pay for it." It's kind of the same thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's it. There's I've said this before, but I feel it's something that bears repeating, is that the turkey is a bird that in Arabic, English, and Portuguese, it's both a bird and a country. Because in English, Turkey, and the country is Turkey. In Portuguese, the word is Peru, and there's a country called Peru too. And in Arabic, at least we used to call the Turkey Habash, and then the Habash is Ethiopia, and so it's both a bird and a country. So, did you call turkeys? Well, what do you call turkey in Arabic?
Turkey, they call it dikrumi.
Dikrumi. Okay.
There's another bird that they call habash.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it's called in English, but it's kind of like a quail, but
Okay.
black with white dots on it.
Okay.
And it's a little bit bigger than a quail. Yeah, I forgot what they call it in English. I mean, it's not a quail, but I'll find it out and send it to
you. Yes, that was something I always laughed at,
Yeah.
And well, all right. Well, we just want to do a little thing today, Thanksgiving related, and so thank you for joining us, and
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So God bless you and your family as you celebrate Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Same to you.
And yeah, and if I do get in touch with that guy, I'll tell him that, I'd like him to talk to you and stuff.
Awesome.
Seems like he's a pretty stable Christian. Has been for a couple of years serving the Lord,
Good.
and he just loves the Lord. But he says there's no church. But on the internet, he gets some interaction with Christians and stuff like that. So seems like a real sincere person. So I really was hoping there'd be a way to get you two together. So I'll let you know, and I'll let him know,
Awesome.
and see
That's
when
good.
I can do that. All right. Well, God bless you, brother. Thank you
God bless
for
you too, man.
hanging out, and have a happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
And I wish the same for all the rest of you too. Was there something else? Okay, I did the Habesh joke. I did the turkey, the country, turkey, the bird, and
Hey, Turkey is a guy's name in Saudi too.
is it really? Turkey.
Yeah, there's actually a prince in Saudi who's you've heard about this fight with Mike Tyson and what's his name, Paul something.
Yes, yes.
So now they're trying to do a rematch, and it's a prince in Saudi who's a billionaire who's
Okay.
offering like 600 or 700 million dollars to do a rematch.
Wow.
I guess he loved Mike Tyson so much that he felt butthurt that he lost. So yeah, his the guy's his name is Turkey, so Prince Turkey.
Yeah. I heard one guy say about that fight that it really was elder abuse, but
I haven't watched it, but I mean,
yeah, I haven't
I
either.
was expecting that anyways. I mean, he's in his 60s and he's fighting someone who was in his 30s. I mean, what do you expect?
Yeah, but I know that when there was a fight between I think it was Mayweather and Tyson, it was about 15 years ago. There was a fight between them, and it really was billed as a Muslim versus a Christian, and
Wow.
and then that's when Tyson went crazy and demonized, and he started biting the guy's ears. Remember? Do you remember that? He
Oh,
bit the guy's ears, and
yeah, but that was no, that was way before that.
yeah, it was like 19 or 2000. Yeah, I can't remember the year, but I remember that at least where I was, they were really billing this as the Christian versus the Muslim, and I'm wondering if that's what they're doing now. They're saying, look at the Christian and the Muslim. Yeah, Evander Holyfield, and that maybe because Tyson was so badly beaten that it was kind of like if Saudi Arabia is doing this, it makes me think that they're billing it too that way as a Christian versus a
Yeah,
Muslim.
yeah, probably.
So it could be so.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Well, thank you for hanging out. God bless you, Tim, and you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and give your wife our greetings, and everyone else also. God bless you. Thank you. Have a happy Thanksgiving and Turkey Day.
Yeah, happy
Yes.
Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what did you say?
I was just saying happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
All right. All right, you guys. If you haven't done it, do it now. Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, come into my heart. Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, come into my heart. يسوع ساعدني. يسوع سامحني. يسوع ادخل قلبي. We love you, but much more importantly, he loves you. So have a great night, you guys. Thanks. Happy Thanksgiving. God bless you.
If you have ever wondered why dull apologists lie so much, it's because on a rare occasion that they tell the truth. This happens.
One of the reasons I accepted Islam was the scientific miracles. I'll be honest with you. And now we know that this whole scientific miracles was absolute nonsense.
You're going to have to repeat that.
That the standard narrative has holes in it. That's what I'm going to say.